Well, hello. We are live. And let's just make sure. Let me check in here with Facebook World. Make sure we're.
Hello, we are live.
Let's
just make sure. Let me check in here with Facebook.
All right, how do I silence that? There we go. Okay, so I know we're good. We're broadcasting, so let's get into it. I want to welcome you. We're on day 2 of a mini series that I'm doing called #BeTheGirl. And tonight's topic is all about perfection-itis. Now, on day 1, it was talking about believing in the fairy tale. And there was a couple of tips that I gave you that can, help start setting that foundation towards moving towards your big goal, your dream, whatever it is that you want to accomplish. And I was inspired to do this mini series by a conversation, and I'm not going to rehash that. I already went into that yesterday, so you can catch all that about how this mini series came about. But this is information that I've never shared publicly before. I've only shared it in one-on-ones and a couple courses that I've done, but I kind of made a shift in my business towards really focusing on helping people achieve their deepest desires. And so this mini series, it's all about that. And I have probably about 2 weeks worth of content that we come into you every day and bringing it to you and sharing and hoping to inspire you to #BeTheGirl. So yesterday I shared a little bit about my story, but I think each day we're dealing with perfection-itis, right? So one thing that I want to do is just be vulnerable, because it's a really hard thing to do. But I've just felt called to do this and to just be raw and real and live, and I can't go in and edit it, and just give you my story and then share what's worked for me and what I've learned and studied over all the years, and done the trial and error and had success with. So in relationship to tonight's story with perfection-itis, I actually had kind of an ugly upbringing. And so I didn't make such great choices. But it's funny how when we're younger, we don't necessarily worry about perfection-itis and being perfect. I think we kind of just, fly by the seat of our pants a little bit more so. However, we do have an internal battle that goes on with other people's perception or not being good enough. So there's a weird, I think, conundrum that we wind up in with being perfect. Like, we're okay to be like, woohoo, like, let's have fun and go for it. Hopefully that didn't affect the mic. But we're very self-critical of ourselves. So before I get into sharing the story, I just want to do a little bit of housekeeping. And 2 things here. I'm on a very busy street. So, and because we're live and I can't pause and go edit this at any time, there could be a police chase going on. It wouldn't be a bad police chase. It's really, I'm in Bucharest, Romania right now. Lovely, lovely place. I have only the best things to say about my experience in Romania so far, and I think I've been here a month right now. But it is very loud out there, and I have 2 little dogs that right now are sleeping. One is in my lap. It seems to be her routine with this going live thing. She's wants to be a coworker, and then the other one is in a chair over here sleeping. You want to be part of it too, and I can't handle 2. It's like having, if you're a mom, you know what I'm talking about. Where you have the little kids, and it's just whatever. So this is my world, and I absolutely love it. And if something goes down, sorry, not sorry, because I am living my dream. So, and the other thing is, I'm really trying to keep these lessons to about 15 minutes a piece. So it's just quick and digestible. We can have fun. I have it ready to go to wind up looking at your comments after I get through some of this material. But unfortunately, I can't pick it up in the software here because I'm live on Facebook. And Facebook has gone through some huge changes, and I'd have to ask each and every one of you to go through and give permission in order for me able to see. So I have a shortcut tonight, though. So the little bit about me before I give you all this juicy content that I have for this evening is so I wound up because of the situation with my upbringing, I actually dropped out of high school. And I already had a ton of issues. Oh my gosh, like it's so hard to say this. About being a failure and not being good enough and not feeling worthy because of what I went through as a child and a teen. So to put that mark on my record was just like, it was just devastating to me. But I knew I had to do it. And so I wanted to prove to myself that I wasn't the failure. So I had to jump through hoops in order to prove myself and to the outside world. I had to get the GED, and then I had to enroll in community college before the university would accept me. Got to university and was like loving it. However, I wound up at 19 pregnant, and I got married. And that kind of changed everything. So then I went from high school dropout to college dropout. However, when we talk about perfection-itis, there was a battle in my household with me working and staying home with, I quickly had 2 children. And so I decided to do a daycare center. But I wasn't going to do it in my house because I like to, be out and about. And we had no money. I mean, we were teen parents, high school dropout, my husband was starting a new job. Anyway, so I wound up figuring it out how to put together a commercial childcare center. And that's quite a story in itself. So just jumped in. But as I've gotten older, I think we worry about perfection-itis more. And so there's a long career journey there. But from 20, I was an entrepreneur, actually, even before that. But so that's a little bit about me and my background. And why I'm talking about perfection-itis, because it's something that we have to get over in order to make progress. So are you ready? Let's do it. Let's dive in. So the main thing about tonight is that I want to help you kind of move past feeling that everything needs to be perfect before you can move forward. In fact, this live broadcast, it's the second one I've ever done in my life. And yesterday was the first. So there's a huge bunch of nerves and worries, and I'm going to forget to say things, or I'm going to start rambling. But I'm here and I'm showing up, and it's the beginning. And a year from now, if you're still with me, I hope you're still with me, then it's going to be completely different. So anyway, number one is that fear surfaces when we go to start something new, right? And fear generates blocks. It keeps us from moving forward, period. And so we really have to work on conquering those fears so there are no obstacles in our way. And usually your fears are based on something made up in our heads. And maybe there is some external validation to it. There's some kind of storyline that we've heard. And so it becomes a real belief, like that perception becomes a reality. So it's about shifting that. And the number one way that you can wind up conquering fears is to just start. The other thing that winds up happening with perfection-itis, and this chair makes so much noise, is that When you're confused about something, you become extremely overwhelmed and you don't know where to start or what to do and what the steps should be, and you want it to be perfect. You want to be successful. See, there goes ambulance down the street. I told you, I warned you guys, it happens. The next thing is that if there's a risk of failure, that our first thought is just not to do it. Like, we will avoid stress and pain as much as possible because life is hard and battles happen all the time. So we just want to dig into entertainment and relaxation. And I have a little sub story with that, which is kind of funny because when it comes to working out and getting in shape, how many, raise your hand, do a yes in the comments if you're somebody who in the morning, if you have an alarm that goes off, but you should go work out, be thinking, oh, maybe I'll start next Monday. And I used to be the next Monday girl. Oh my gosh. I used to be like, I'll start on Monday. And then Monday I'd be like, well, it's not right. It's not perfect. Next Monday I'll be ready. However, last October, I wound up at Oktoberfest, and I think we all wound up dancing for 6 hours. And I remember after that, just being like, God, how did I do that? I don't even want to work out for 30 minutes and bounce around. Yet I was completely into the moment and having fun. So we're going to get into that one too here in a little bit. So we're going to come back to that. So the other issues over the years, well, I shouldn't say issues, but the scenarios where I found the most people struggled with, and it really all kind of compressed down into 4. So there were the emotions, but was not having the proper skill, then being worried about the time, and a huge thing with perfectionism is money, and then also knowledge. So, and you might think skill and knowledge is the same thing, but it can be very, very different. So I can have the knowledge that I need to, run Facebook ads or get on and come to you live, but I need to develop the skills with the technology and the tools in order to be able to do that, or I need to delegate that out and hire it out, but I still then need to know how to hire somebody. Having the time, overwhelmed. Everybody's overwhelmed nowadays, and everybody has access 24/7 to each and every one of you out there, and so you're always kind of on call. So demanding more of your time is very hard, and it's extremely valuable. And money's the biggest one. Most people are, it's their budgets are tight, and so how can you even comprehend taking on this new goal, new project, because it probably, requires that you're giving up some of your time and, costing money one way or another. So here's the thing, is that I want you just to relax. I want you to be vulnerable. I want you to just focus on enjoying the journey. Negate everything else that I just said. Everything. Release the fear, release the confusion, release the worry. Don't even worry about failing. I just want you to have fun with whatever your desire is that you want to achieve. Life, love, body, biz, whatever your it is that you want to do. And that is the biggest key to success. You don't need to know all the details. You just need to take the first step, and I guarantee you the path will appear. And I know that sounds really abstract, but I bet there's something in your life that you've done and accomplished where every single step has just magically appeared and the dots have connected, and then you've achieved this miraculous thing, and you're looking back and going, gosh. And that is It's magic. It's absolute magic. And here's the other thing. When you relax and just have fun with the journey, you usually wind up with, just feeling like more blessed than if you had just been gifted the outcome. So, let me just check in here. I do have notes to follow along because I love to talk, and I'm so like fired up, passionate about achieving your dreams. And as we're going through this mini series, I'll give you little snippets about things that I've accomplished and hope to inspire you and show you that it's possible. I'm going to give you my backstory, and just hopefully, that's the whole point of this. I just want to inspire people to be the girl and make the change in their life and live their dream and have it all. Like, you can have it all. All right. So, yeah, so that's about it. I just kind of talked through all my talking points. It just naturally flowed. So let's see, where are we at with time? Oh yeah, and we're right at the 15-minute mark. I can't believe I'm basically not going over. So there's a heart. Hang on, let me see if we got questions, and then I'll give you your homework. Let's see here. Let me make sure. Oh, hi, Priscilla. Thank you for the love. It means so much. So much. I hope you're enjoying this. Shoot me a comment or something. Give me feedback. And I am so coachable, y'all. So if you're like, girl, stay on track more, or loving it, or whatever, please give me feedback. I absolutely am so open to that, and I would appreciate it. Because like I said, this is brand new for me. It's like day 2. So I'm like learning. So your homework. So thinking back, because I want you to kind of reflect on, where have you struggled with what's continually holding you back? Is it fear? Is it confusion? Is it overwhelm? Does it fall into one of the 4 categories: skill, time, money, or knowledge? And how can you negate that? How can you, just like I'm doing here with going live and coming to you, how can you start this journey? And there we go again. I'm actually moving flats next week because it's bananas here. Good times, good times. So, and how can you just relax and make it fun and make the journey fun? This is hilarious. I got dogs all over me, sirens going off. I'm surprised there's not the construction going on in the flat next door, and the guy downstairs isn't having this discotheque party. Like, this is what I've contended with in this flat, and it's just hilarious. So, but that's real life, and real life is messy, but yet we have goals and ambitions. And I think like the coolest thing when it comes to living your dream is that you get to, every day, you get to wake up and live your dream. There's so many other things on your schedule that you have to do. So right there, make it fun, because you get to do this. All right. So you have your homework. Leave it in the comments. Message me privately if, like I said yesterday, you're a little too timid or you just want some one-on-one feedback. I'm absolutely, completely cool with that. And it's been fantastic. I love, 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 love this. This is so cool. So that's it. I will see you tomorrow. I have more juicy topics for you. And it's all good. So have a great rest of your day, whatever time zone you're in, a great evening. Or if you're waking up in another time zone and watching this, good morning. So, all right. Ciao.